As the deadlock between the US and Iran continues, the fight for the control of the Strait of Hormuz has only escalated. In fact, Donald Trump announced that the US shot down 7 Iranian fast boats, a claim that was denied by Tehran. On the other hand, the UAE has said it is currently dealing with missile and drone attacks originating from Iran. The fragile ceasefire is at serious risk, to say the least. Earlier, US President Donald Trump urged South Korea to join America's Project Freedom after accusing Iran of attacking a South Korean cargo ship. Seoul also confirmed a fire and explosion with 24 crew members on board that vessel. Later, Trump told Fox News that an Iranian strike on US vessels would be met with overwhelming force, warning that Iran would be blown off the face of the earth, quote unquote. Meanwhile, the U.S. Secretary of War stressing that Project Freedom is defensive in nature and that Washington is not looking for a fight. Also asserting control over Hormuz, he said that hundreds of ships are lining up to transit this strategic waterway.
To what remains of Iran's forces, if you attack American troops or innocent commercial shipping, you will face overwhelming and devastating American firepower. The president has been very clear about this.
Additionally, General Kane emphasizing that U.S. forces are ready to resume combat operations against Iran if ordered to do so. Listen in.
Beyond Project Freedom, CENTCOM and the rest of the joint force remain ready to resume major combat operations against Iran if ordered to do so. No adversary should mistake our current restraint with a lack of resolve.
A day earlier, Iran's state media claimed that its 2 missiles hit a U.S. warship after it ignored warnings. It added that this forced the warship to turn back and prevented its entry in Hormuz. While CENTCOM denied any of its ships being hit, reports suggested that 2 U.S. Navy destroyers faced a series of missile and drone attacks from Iran. Iran, though, remains defiant, and its parliament speaker stated that the new equation of the Strait of Hormuz is in the process of being solidified, accusing the United States of jeopardizing security of shipping via the naval blockade. He claimed that continuation of the status quo is intolerable for the United States. On Monday, the UAE came under attack for the first time since the declaration of the ceasefire. Smoke was seen rising from the Fujairah oil refinery. According to the country's defense ministry, its air defense systems engaged 12 ballistic missiles, 3 cruise missiles, and 4 drones launched from Iran, resulting in injuries to 3 Indian nationals. Strongly condemning the attacks, Prime Minister Modi made it clear that targeting civilians and infrastructure is unacceptable, reiterating support for peaceful resolution of issues. He called for ensuring safe and unimpeded navigation through Hormuz. And amid the threat of the war resuming, reports suggest that a top Israeli official asked defense firms to ramp up the production of Arrow interceptor missiles, having a range of up to 2,400 kilometers. This anti-ballistic missile can basically intercept missiles fired by Iran from hundreds of miles away. And this assumes significance, of course, as Iran reportedly fired 650 missiles at Israel during the 40 days of the war, out of which 77 missiles struck targets. Those numbers on your screen. Now, despite claiming to have decimated Iran's military in the ongoing war, U.S. intelligence assessments reportedly indicate that Iran's timeline to build a nuclear weapon remains unchanged from last year. While the U.S. claimed to have obliterated Iran's nuclear sites of Natanz, Fordow, and Isfahan, this remains unverified, as the IAEA, remember, has been unable to ascertain the whereabouts of 440 kilograms of enriched uranium. And according to reports, U.S. estimates that Tehran can build a nuclear bomb in about 9 months to a year. And while Trump has downplayed attacks on the UAE for now, it remains to be seen whether the U.S. and Israel continue to hold back from restarting attacks on Iran. To put it simply, West Asia continues to remain on edge.